Balloon Beats.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged Talk. As usual, you know the deal. I'm your host, Patrick Hennessy. Hopefully, audio's all good. I believe it should be good. By myself tonight. That's all good. Sometimes you gotta learn how to live alone. We're chilling. Got you guys in the chat. How's everyone doing tonight? Listen. I know some people are upset Yankees didn't sign Kyle Schwarber. Let me be the voice of reason here. I did not really want Kyle Schwarber from the start. However, I could understand how people could be disappointed that the Yankees still aren't doing anything. I believe he got... Shout out George liking the stream. That's loud. I definitely got to lower that because that just blew out my eardrums. But thank you for liking the stream, George. Appreciate you. Let me find out the contract details because I believe it was only 1 year, $10 million. Yeah. So one year, $10 million. I think it's a good deal for the Nationals, honestly. Listen, I don't know where Kyle Schwarber would even play for the Yankees. Like, the people saying that they wanted him, I understand. The Yankees have shown interest in him for years now because he's a perfect left-handed bat. Thank you, Nick. Okay. What I'm going to do, actually, is mute those alerts, only because every time it happens, I feel like I'm, being shot at. So let me figure out how to mute that on my end. All right, I think we should be chilling now. But yeah, back what I was saying. I don't think Kyle Schwarber necessarily would have been a good option for the Yankees. I think they're set with Clinton left. You got Judge and right, Hicks in center, right? You're not going to really sign Schwarber $10 million to play on the bench because you kind of have that kind of guy in Mike Ford, right? So why do you need another big left-handed power bat who's not that good defensively and plays a position where you're pretty stacked already? Don't forget, we have Socrates Brito too. And they signed another outfielder, Greg Allen. And we trade for Greg Allen, bro. Two absolute studs. Let me check out some of these comments here. The chat should be popping up on the screen. I don't know why it's not. But that's fine. Thank heavens we didn't give him $10 million. Ryan, I agree. I don't think Kyle Schwarber would have been worth $10 million. But I think it's a good deal for the Nationals. What's up, Futai? What's up, Nick? What's up, George? What's up, Ninja Reactions? Yo, we got the whole squad in the chat tonight. Let's go. I didn't want the fool. He would be a waste for this team. I agree. For the most part, I think he would have been a solid left-handed bat, I guess. But that's really all he would have contributed. But like was reported to the Yankees, were never really super interested in him. I would probably compare their interest in Schwarber to their interest in Puig. I don't think it's necessarily a large amount of interest, but they were just doing their due diligence as they always do. Josh Stalmont is an intriguing bullpen option. Isaac, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't know who that is. I don't know who Josh Stalmont is. Let me look him up right now, actually. Josh Stalmont. For the Royals, he had a 2.45 ERA last year. I mean, yeah, listen, that seems like a move that the Yankees can make, and it wouldn't cost them any amount of money. Because if I don't know who he is, he could probably sign for super cheap. Just saying. Not a finish, Schwarber. I'm with you, Futai. I'm with you. I mean, I like the guy, but I don't think he necessarily had a fit with the Yankees. If it was like 1 year, $5 million, then maybe I'd be a little bit upset. But $10 million is too much. I'd rather spend $10 million on Hand too. I think you guys think Hand is gonna get $10 million? I think he might get more than that. He might get multi-year deal too. I mean, looking at the relievers on the free agent market right now, I want to say Hand might be the best. Maybe Hendricks is better than Hand, but definitely the best left-handed option on the free agent market right now for sure. I felt like Kyle would have been a guy that comes off the bench to try and hit home runs on the team. Yeah. No, I agree, George. And that's the main reason why I wouldn't give him $10 million, because you're not going to pay a guy $10 million to do that. I know why the chat's not coming up on the screen, because I got to move this upwards. Give me a second. Give me just uno momento. How do you guys like the solo stream, though? I've never really done, like, a Yankee podcast solo before. Usually what we've always done is I just had somebody else with me. But no one else can make it tonight, so it's fine. Usually, if you watch me on Twitch, you're used to, like, discussions like these. But let me know how you like it. Let me just change the font color, too, so that it's actually legible on the screen. Let's see what we missed. Stalmont's a good reliever and he throws hard. Listen, bro, if he's a good reliever that throws hard, I want every piece of him. Couldn't be any worse than Jonathan Holder. And I think Jonathan Holder got like a little bit too much hate during his time with the Yankees. I don't know. You guys can sign Pedro Baez. Logan, I don't think I want Pedro Baez. Isn't he the one that takes like the longest amount of time in the entire league to throw the ball? Oh, well, I typed in Pedro Paez, and apparently that's a missionary from Ethiopia. Pedro Baez. He looked like he had a decent season last year. I mean, he's a decent reliever. I don't think I necessarily want him. I think I might prefer a guy like Stalmont, even though I have no idea who that is. I think I might have want him more. Let's see. Can I just say the Lindor trade is kind of intriguing? For who? Because I think that was an absolute steal for the Mets. I really do think that was a steal for the Mets for sure. They got Carrasco and Lindor, and they only had to give up Jimenez, Rosario, and 2 minor league prospects. I mean, listen, like I do that trade 10 times out of 10. I know we were discussing this on the podcast on live when it actually happened. And I tried to compare it to like Yankee standings and what like that would be in Yankee world. And I think it was something like Schmidt, Anthony Volpe, and a few other and Clint and another prospect. But listen, I'd still make that deal 10 times out of 10. Let's see. People's comments not showing up. They should now, George. They should now. Right over here. Nah, you never sign for more per year than your declined option. It's true. I mean, yeah, you make a good point, Ryan. I'm fine with this. The Nats are still going to be bad, to my opinion. I don't think the Nats are going to be bad, but I still think they're like the 3rd best team in that division. Even after Bell, even after Schwarber, I still think they're the 3rd best team in that division because the Braves are still going to be good. The Mets are still going to be good. I mean, the Mets are going to be good. They weren't good last year, but I think they're going to be very good this year. I mean, did you guys see the rumors? The Mets are still in on A, Chris Bryant, B, Kyle Seager, and C, George Springer. Also, they might even get Trevor Bauer. So the Mets are definitely not done while the Yankees just sit back and I don't know what they're doing. Maybe like Brian Cashman's playing Warzone all offseason. Maybe I'll play with him. I don't know. But the Yankees definitely aren't up to standards with the Mets right now. Let's see. Not bad. It's fun. Hell, I'll join the podcast if you want company. George, the thing is, I don't know how to add people on this software I'm using. So I think I'm just going to have to stick with myself tonight. But I appreciate the offer. I really do. What's a realistic offseason for us? I don't know if you guys saw the YouTube video that I did post on the channel today. It was about 3 realistic free agent starting pitching options for the Yankees. Obviously, it didn't include a guy like Trevor Bauer. It didn't include guys that I don't think are realistic options for this team. I mentioned Corey Kluber. I think Corey Kluber is a very realistic option for the rotation. I think a guy like Garrett Richards it could be a realistic option for the Yankees. And even a guy like Taijuan Walker, I think he would be a realistic option for this team too. I think the Yankees aren't looking to spend a lot of money, very clearly. But I do think they are going to get something done. I don't think they're stupid. I don't think this franchise is stupid. They know that they have things that they need to address, right? They hear all of our comments. Brian Cashman, he's probably on a burner watching this right now. And Brian, if you're watching this, go out, get Trevor Bauer, just because I want that to happen, okay? But on another note, I do think DJ's going to get re-signed too. I think that's definitely going to happen. But I think it just comes down to the waiting game with DJ. And unfortunately, that's what they're doing right now. And I don't necessarily agree with it. But I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what happens with that. Let's see. The Indians messed up with Lindor. They should have traded him last year, begging of spring or at the deadline. Listen, that happens with just about every major player that's traded. The team always winds up waiting too long. They think they could get more for him down the line. But bro, let's think about this really quick. Carlos Carrasco is an amazing pitcher too. So the Mets got him in the deal too, and they only gave up 2 guys that they really saw a serious part of their future in. And it wasn't even a big loss because it's just Lindor's replacing Rosario at shortstop. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's not like they lost a lot of key aspects of their current team. It's not like they had to trade Conforto. It's not like they had to trade Alonso. It's not even like they had to trade Steven Matz. They traded guys that might have been part of their future and replaced them with Lindor. It's a steal trade on a video game? Yeah, honestly. Realistic is probably more like sign DJ, maybe get Tanaka on a 2-year deal, and if we're lucky, get a bullpen hand. Yeah, unfortunately, that's probably what we're looking at right now. But listen, I could be optimistic. Mets are a team to fear, of course. Yeah, no, I agree, definitely. Here's the thing, Lindor didn't have to face ace-level stuff in the AL Central besides Giolito. That's very true as well, especially in 2020. But listen, I still think Lindor's a really good hitter. I don't think it's going to matter what division he's in. I think he's going to flourish. I think he's going to become a superstar with the Mets. There's no doubt that in this big market of New York, and especially with the Mets being good next season, I think Lindor's going to become a superstar even more than he already is. He's already one of the focal points around Major League Baseball. But I think bringing him onto the Mets and this really fun team that they have in Queens now, I think it's only going to make his brand even bigger. Yankees sitting back and acting like there's nothing wrong with their team. Listen, I addressed that. I'd like to think that they're not that stupid. I really would like to think that they're not that stupid. I'm tired of people saying the league needs salary cap when the Dodgers are rumored to sign people and with the Yankees, but when the Padres and Mets sign someone, they're all cheering stuff. Yeah, I mean, listen, I think the whole deal with that is people are just sick and tired of seeing the Yankees and Dodgers all the time. They love seeing fresh faces. I know, for example, I was very intrigued this postseason when I saw the Marlins in the playoffs. I thought that was an awesome thing. People like seeing new faces. And seeing the Yankees in the postseason every year for the past 20 years, mostly, fans are sick of it. They're really sick and tired of it. But when a team like the Red Sox does it, no one really bats an eye. Just like you said, the Padres and the Mets, no one really cares. They like it. Sign Kluber 1 year, I would love that. I would absolutely love that, Nick. We all know. We all know. The consistent viewers here, I'm a Kluber guy. I want Corey Kluber. I'm a Kluber guy. Simple as that. Patrick, I messed up. I said Taijuan Walker blows Tanaka is better on Twitter, and Walker responded, I felt so bad because he was so nice about it. No way. Did he actually? Oh, that's fucked. Wait, let me look that up. This was recent? This was recent, Ryan? Let me check. Ryan Garcia. I don't see it in your recents. Unless it was a reply, maybe. I don't know. I don't see it. That's still cool. I mean, and sad at the same time. But another realistic option for a rotation could be Zach Gallen from the D-backs. It could be. Yeah, send me the tweet for sure. Yeah, it could be Zach Gallen. It's definitely an option. You could text it to me, Ryan. Yeah, I just don't know what they would be wanting from him. Let's see. Is Jose Ramirez coming through the Yankees? I don't know what that means. Are you asking, is Jose Ramirez coming to the Yankees? I'm going to give you a very quick answer to that, and that's no. I know I mentioned this before. Maybe the Yankees could be interested in Jose Ramirez, but I don't see that happening at all. Unfortunately, I would love him, but, you know. Lindor will go from facing average stuff to Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler, Scherzer, Strasburg, Alcantara, Soroka, Max Fried. Yeah, no, it's definitely true. He's going to be facing much better pitching in the NL East, and it might take some adjusting and getting used to for him. But I do think he's going to be fine at the end of the day. I still think Lindor is going to be a superstar, regardless if he's facing Scherzer 5 times a year or Lucas Giolito 5 times a year. You know what I mean? Definitely okay to be optimistic, brother. Bro, listen. My take on this is, first of all, this sweater is so comfy. Like, I'm straight chilling right now. It's so cold in my room, but I'm so warm. I'm like a teddy bear right now. But I try to be optimistic all the time, only because we have no control over the team, right? We could scream and cry all we want. Yankees sign Bauer. What are you doing with LeMahieu? But at the end of the day, like, they're going to do what they want to do. So we can only give our suggestions and put that into the air. But like I said, at the end of the day, whatever they want to do, they're going to do, right? Who do you see as the favorite coming out of the AL? Listen, we still have a long way to go for the offseason, and things can definitely change before that. But I would say right now, the favorite probably still has to be the Yankees. I know we look at them as a very incomplete team because they are, but the American League is so weak. It's so weak. Looking at all these teams that are on the Yankees level, I would say they're all dead heat. I would put the Yankees in the same class as the White Sox, maybe even still the Rays, even though they lost Snell and Morton. I would still say the Rays are going to be good next year. I think the Astros are still going to be good next year, even without Springer. They got some good young pitchers coming up last year, so I think that'll help them out next year too. But I think the AL is so mediocre. It's just going to be a battle of mediocrity all season. It's really what it's going to be. Chances of us signing Lindor in 2022, I would say very slim. Only because I really do think that he's going to sign that extension with the Mets. It's going to be a Mookie Betts kind of deal where maybe this will linger for a month or so before they get the extension done, but I do think he's going to get an extension done with the Mets. I know he's demanding a lot, though. What would a trade for Jose Ramirez for you guys look like? That's a really good question, Logan. I don't know. If anyone in the chat has any ideas of what the Yankees would have to give up for Jose Ramirez, let me know. I'd assume Clint would have to be in it. Maybe a combo of like Clint, Devi, and then maybe 2 or 3 lower level prospects. But I would say Clint and Devi would be the two that strike me the most. What are some sleeper teams? Listen, I think the Blue Jays could be a sleeper team if they get some more starting pitching, maybe some more bullpen help too. I definitely think they have what it takes to be one of those sleeper teams, especially if the postseason is expanded again next year. I hope it's not. I really do hope it's not. But we saw them make the playoffs last year with the expanded postseason, and they did get killed by the Rays. But I think if they add on to that team, they could definitely give the Rays or whoever they face next year a run for their money. Who are the Yankees going for if we do not sign DJ LeMahieu? I've been saying if the Yankees don't sign DJ, I think they're going to end up replacing him with Andrelton Simmons at shortstop and then moving Gleyber Torres back to second base. Obviously, you're not going to get the same production out of Simmons as you would from DJ, but I don't think it would be the worst replacement. Obviously, I'd prefer DJ over Simmons, but if it comes down to it, Simmons wouldn't be an awful guy to have on this team. We're talking about, I don't know if I'd still say elite, but I would say close to elite defense at shortstop still, and he still makes contact. I think Andrelton Simmons has got to watch. Even if the Yankees do sign DJ, I think it's possible that they still go after Simmons. Yeah. I saw an image of Cashman when he was in college. He looked like Brian after a breakup. No way. Well, you did say that Brian looks like the offspring of Brian Cashman and Michael Myers. Michael Myers. And my parents were like Mark Wahlberg and Courtney Cox. Yeah, I guess I see it. Javier Baez, Contreras, Hendricks trade. I assume you mean like separately because they're not going to get them all in one deal. But out of those three guys, get me Kyle Hendricks. We talked about this so many times. I love Kyle Hendricks. I think he would be an awesome fit in the Bronx, especially if they don't re-sign Tanaka. I really do think Hendricks would be a great fit. I mean, he's your typical Yankee. Like, name another pitcher out there on another team that screams Yankee more than Kyle Hendricks. I don't know one. He's the perfect two behind Cole. I would love Kyle Hendricks. If you're watching this, I'll send you a gift basket. I'll get you like a Jeter gift basket if you come to the Bronx. I love you, Kyle. I'm a Kyle Hendricks guy. What's one big upset you see coming? Teams making the playoffs or miss playoffs? Nick, that's another good question. Shout out to Pete Garza for following. Let's see. One team that could be a surprise. This might be a good one. I'm going to say the Twins don't make the playoffs. I don't know if that's bold. Also, shout out to Keith Shaver following the stream. Appreciate you. Listen, I think it's very possible the Twins don't make the playoffs. Just saying. I don't think that they have a good rotation at all. I think that offense is eventually going to die down. They lost Eddie Rosario. I don't think Nelson Cruz can continue this like up until he's 50. I think he's eventually going to start to regress. Maybe. I don't know. But the Twins are a team to watch. Bauer makes a perfect 1-2 punch with Tanaka back. Also, I know I've kind of given up on the whole Trevor Bauer endeavor. I really do feel like they're never getting him. Beginning of the offseason, I was saying Trevor Bauer, dun, 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 but it's not happening. I gave up on that a long time ago. Castillo to Yankees, I would love that. I would love that too. I don't think the Yankees would want to give up the package that the Reds would be looking for Castillo. I'm assuming it would probably have to be the same range where I mentioned for Jose Ramirez. Probably both Clint and Devi. And I can't see the Yankees doing that. I really can't. That's why more low-key guys that are free agents, where they don't have to give up prospects, because we know they like to prospect hug. But guys like Corey Kluber, Jake Odorizzi, Taijuan Walker, Garrett Richards, those guys are the ones that I'm really looking at for the Yankees. Let's see. Didi or Simmons? Simmons, 100%. We talked about this before. I appreciate Didi's time with the Yankees, but I do think it's done. I think Didi's time with the Yankees is over. While he is a left-handed bat, I don't want him back in the Bronx. I think mutually parted ways, right? Why rehash that? I'd actually be interested in Tommy La Stella. I love Tommy La Stella. I think I see him going to the Dodgers. I don't know why. That's just a gut instinct. I see Tommy La Stella going to the Dodgers, and I see DJ coming to New York. Just saying. I think Tommy La Stella would be an awesome replacement for Tyler Wade, though. If you want to deal Tyler Wade to, like, Pittsburgh and a deal for, like, Tyone or Musgrove, I'd love that. And then you replace him with Tommy La Stella. Beautiful stuff. Bro, watch Simmons turn into a Gio or Voit-type player of turnover offensively. If you were to go to the Yankees, I love that dude. Yeah, Andrelton Simmons is an absolute dog. Another guy the Yankees have been interested in for a very long time. I'm not sure if you guys know about this deal. I think most people do by now. But back in, I want to say it was 2014, the Yankees actually had a deal in place with the Braves to get, I believe it was Simmons, Hayward, both Uptons maybe, in exchange for like Sevy, Judge, Gary, and maybe like Martin Prado or something. I don't remember the specific names, but that was the gist of it. And they just never got the deal done. But imagine if that trade would have been dealt. Do I play Fortnite on Twitch? Not really. No. I played Fortnite once on Twitch. We mostly play Warzone. Yeah, with my friends. Listen, whoever watches Twitch knows all about the Warzone squad. Peter loves screaming all the time. We got Tim, he's calm. We got AJ, we got Dave. We got the whole crew. So if any of you guys are free on any night past like 10 o'clock, I'm usually live on Twitch, twitch.tv /Unhinged New York. Be sure to go follow that. Someone put it in the chat too, if you want the link too. But yeah, we play all kinds of stuff on Twitch. Sometimes I play MLB The Show too. It's good time. We got Nicky Lopez at shortstop. We do. What's the likelihood of Kluber or Walker to the New York Yankees? I would say those are the two guys that have the highest likelihood of coming to the Bronx. If we're doing like a 1 to 10 scale, I would say maybe like a 6 for both of them. I think both of them are like a 6 out of 10 of coming to New York. And I would say DJ is still like an 8 out of 10. I think I think DJ has an 80% shot of coming back to New York. Let's see. Contreras from Chicago will be a great catcher for our Yanks. I think they're going to give Gary another shot this year. I really do. Spoke about this on the podcast with MYY Recaps. Shout out Derek. We did the podcast today. Talked about the Yankees catcher situation. I mentioned I really do think the Yankees are going to give Gary Sanchez another year behind the plate. I made a whole video about it. 2020 is such a small sample size. We know Gary's such a streaky player. That doesn't bode well in a 60-game season. I think going into next season, let's just give Gary a big hug, right? We understand that he had his struggles last year, but if he could turn it around, that would be great. However, if he struggles again next season, then I think we start talking about replacing man catcher. Hennessy and Hendricks podcast needs to happen. Just saying. That's all I'm saying. That would be a good idea. Let's see. I miss Didi and remember 2017 Baby Bombers. Damn, feels like just yesterday. Good times, man. Yes, Swainer. We were watching on Twitch the other night. We were watching 2017 Yankees highlights, and damn, that season was so much fun. So much fun. I really miss those guys. I mean, that 2017 team really just had heart. Shout out Michael Lake in the stream. It really had heart, and they just had passion. They wanted to win. They played for Joe. It was just a good all-around team. They had so many personalities. Great time. Hashtag Peter screaming. Peter loves to scream. Shoot that Activision code, bro. Listen, Ninja Reactions. I don't feel like bringing up Warzone right now. I don't know off the top of my head. But head over to Twitch after this stream when I do go live. Follow there. You'll get like a notification when I do go live. And then once I go live on Twitch, I'll hit you with that Activision code. You can add me. Let's see. Have faith in Gary. The ceiling for him is too high to give up on him. I agree. But a year from now at this time, we could be having a different conversation. We could be discussing who the Yankees are replacing Gary Sanchez with, because I think we're slowly getting to that point. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what happens in 2021, you know? Judge, Hicks, Sanchez got to go if they underperformed again. I wouldn't really say Judge underperformed. I would say he just needs to stay healthy. The health is so key with Judge. We know this. When Judge is on the field, he's one of the best hitters in baseball. I know he struggled a little bit after coming back from his injury last year. I don't know if he was 100% healthy. I just want to see at least 3/4 of a season from Aaron Judge. I'm not even asking for a full 162 games. I just want to see, like, consistency. Judge, please. Like, don't get hurt. Wrap him in bubble wrap or something. I don't know. But, do you think the Greg Allen pickup almost shuts the door on Gardy? Unfortunately, no. Once again, those of you who consistently watch our streams, you know I do not like Brett Gardner, and I don't think he should be back next season. However, I don't think Greg Allen really shuts the door on that, only because it's possible that Greg Allen doesn't even stay on this team in 2021. I don't know what the Yankees' idea is, but I'm assuming Brett Gardner is going to be coming back. He's made of plastic. He made a glass, honestly, if you want to go even further on that. Hicks had a 120 weighted runs created plus. Yeah, no, Hicks was also awesome in the postseason too. He had a few big hits. He got on base a bunch. I like Aaron Hicks, and I think his contract is very cheap, very team friendly. He's another one. He just needs to stay on the field. Water break. Let's see. 2017, back when best teams had first 5 guys in the lineup really good and then a bunch of average players after that. Now every player on the best teams' rosters are insane. Teams have gotten insane crazy. Looking at the Mets lineup, they don't have an easy out at all. At all. I think their 8-9 hitters like Nimmo Dom Smith, or JD Davis. I don't know what they're gonna be doing, but that's one example of the lineup being dangerous. Can't get rid of Judge. What will happen to the chambers in the outfield? I don't know if any of you have been to Yankee Stadium, but I'm pretty sure those Judge's chambers are very easily removable. But yeah, worst case scenario, Judge leaves the team and they just remove the chambers. I don't think it'll be that big of a project. They put it up in one day, so it should take an hour to take it down. Yes, sir, I definitely agree. A year from now, if you can't put together a decent season, then we should sadly have to look at our options. Ninja, I agree 100%, my man. We'll always remember Gary at bat against balls. Oh, don't even say it. Don't even say it, Futai. I know where you're going with this. We almost hit one in the game in the tank. It was 2 feet short. I agree. I say this all the time. If Gary would have hit that home run there, we wouldn't even be talking about this right now. No one would care what he would do for the rest of his Yankees career. It would be like an Aaron Boone type home run, where that's his career. Everyone would still be looking at that moment to this day, because that probably would have flipped the entire series around. The Yankees would have had to go back to Boston for Game 5, but they would have all the momentum in the world. And they would be coming off 2017 where they won Game 5 on the road too, so it's not like they never experienced it before. Catcher Sanchez, first base Bird, second base Castro, third base Frazier, shortstop. I mean, listen, looking at that lineup in 2017, and the fact that they made it to Game 7 of the World Series, but a team like last year or even the year before, they couldn't make it that far. I mean, like I said, I don't want to point fingers at Aaron Boone, but I'm kind of pointing fingers at Aaron Boone. I mean, how don't you take such a talented team further than a team with Greg Bird and Matt Holliday and Chase Headley? You know what I mean? Come on. Schwarber's not the answer. Yes, his left-hand swing would look great at Yankee Stadium, and the Yankees really need balance in the lineup, especially left-hand power, but we have too many DHs. Serdar, I can't agree with you anymore. I definitely agree. Subway Series should be interesting now that the Mets have Lindor. It's going to be very interesting. The Mets did put up a little bit of a fight last year, but I do think 2021 is going to be fun. Because right now I do think the Mets are the better team. I really do. Who's your coach, Girardi or Boone? I'm going to be honest. When Girardi was Yankees manager, I wasn't that big of a fan of him. But as time has gone on, look, I appreciate what Girardi has done for the Yankees. I really do. And I think he did a good job. I think he was a lot better than Aaron Boone. So if I had to pick one, I'm taking Joe Girardi. Sorry, Aaron. Even with DJ LeMahieu back, we're not going to... Yeah, we need pitching bullpen help. Look. I look at the Yankees roster right now, and there's not one aspect of the team that I consider complete. So if the Yankees don't feel like getting any pitching and just feel like bringing back DJ and calling in offseason, I think that would be a huge, huge-ass mistake. If Matt Blake helps the young arms, then I'll be happy. I'll be happy too. Look, we need guys like Devi to come next season and do what they got to do. I don't want to see a bunch of regression from Devi. I understand it might happen, but I really hope it doesn't. I hope Matt Blake can work with him on any sophomore slump he might have and just get the job done. That's all I ask. Yes, and more left-handed hitting. Listen, I wanted Michael Brantley. I don't really see that happening either. My ideal offseason would be like Bauer, Brantley, Hendricks, but I don't really see that happening. Girardi by 4, Joe. Yeah, everyone likes Joe over Boone. I think the Yankees like Boone because as much as they say he's not, he's their puppet. I don't care what anybody says. Aaron Boone is a puppet. That's all he is. They're he does. I'm not going to get into this right now, but of course they're going to deny it. They're not going to say, yeah, he's our puppet. But I don't really think he has much power outside of in-game decisions. TBH, I've never hated Girardi outside of the missed ball at the bottom. Yeah, that was the main knock I had on Girardi. I also didn't like how he used Betances for 2 innings a lot, because then by the end of the season, that dude was absolutely gassed. I don't know if you guys remember, but Dylan Betances, I would say like once September came every season, that dude was done. Like, done for every September. He would just start sucking out of nowhere, I guess because his arm was exhausted. Pitching needs are why people are upset about Schwarber. Ridiculous. $10 million goes a long way toward Kluber being a Yankee. Yeah, no, 100%. Agree with you, Matt. I think if they put that $10 million towards Kluber, it would be an awesome decision. I would love Corey Kluber in the Bronx. We know that. I'll take Boone if I want a candy necklace. Yes, Boone loves his candy necklaces. Hands all those out after a loss, after a win, after getting eliminated in the playoffs. He always hands out those candy necklaces. And Para likes them too. Para is a huge fan of the candy necklaces, by far. Biggest unhinged guy who likes candy necklaces. I don't trust Gary Sanchez with the young arms. Yeah, that's another thing too. I mean, having Gary Sanchez behind the plate, it might make a lot of pitchers not want to come here because it's not like you could have 2 pitchers who want personal catchers. What if Bauer comes here and he doesn't like pitching to Gary? So then you have your top 2 pitchers both using Higashioka as their catcher because they don't like Gary. It says a lot. So that situation needs to be figured out. I'm sorry. I told Derek early on last year that Matt Blake didn't impress me. Blake equals Boone of the pitching staff. It's a hot take. It's a hot take. Listen, I don't hate Matt Blake. I think he's a very smart dude. We haven't really seen much of him so far, but I'm giving the dude a shot. I wouldn't go so far yet to say that he's the Aaron Boone of the pitching staff. We'll have to wait and see. He can't be worse than Larry Rothschild, right? Shout out Leroy Woods for following the stream. Appreciate you, my man. Juice boxes too? Oh, hell yeah. Bro, he's got the Capri Suns. Not even juice boxes. Capri Sun. Why didn't we get Lindor? Wish I could tell you. I really wish I could tell you. I'm sorry, but Chappie's not the closer. He's suspect. We need another. I wouldn't be opposed to like Britton and Chapman alternating the closer role. I think that's possible, but I still think Chapman's the guy. I really do think Chapman's the guy. I'm not gonna blame the Broso home run on him. I think he was put in a weird position. 7th inning of Game 5. I think they should have brought him in like in the 9th. I don't think the 7th inning was the spot for him, but hindsight's always 20/20, right? Girardi overused various guys in the pen. Robertson burned out too, and it likely led to his current injury issues. That's a shame. If Joe had more of the analytics influence Boone has now, he could be a solid for me. Yeah, I think the main issue was Joe wasn't interested in taking any part in the analytic formula, so that's why they kind of gave him the boot. But I agree. He overused many guys in the bullpen, and we even saw it in Philly this year. He likes overusing his guys. What do the Yankees do if Sanchez is struggling come trade deadline? It's a good question. I think they might deal him. It's very possible that in July, if Gary's batting like 150 again, I think it's very possible they deal him to a team like, I don't know, maybe like the Pirates. I have no idea, but I definitely could see him being dealt. I can't believe the Mets cop Lindor. Crazy shit, right? Crazy shit. It's funny because on the live the night before, we got a question in the chat. I forgot who asked it, but whoever did, Nostradamus, I guess. They asked, do I think Lindor is going to be traded this offseason? I said no. I said no because there were rumors in the beginning and they kind of like faded away. But they sparked back up in the snap of a finger. I mean, damn. Luis Gil, a starter or reliever? Futai, I'm going to be honest, I don't know a lot about Luis Gil. So I'm not going to give an answer to that because I don't want to give like false predictions. As far as prospects that I'm not that familiar with. That is true. Rothschild's pretty brutal. I don't really know why the Padres signed him. If Snell and Darvish just become trash, you know why. Hopefully Chapman uses the splitter more. Bro, Chapman in any elimination game last inning in a close, I'm going to be so nervous, sorry to say. I have PTSD too. I think it's fair, but I still think at the end of the day, Chapman's a really good reliever. And I'd still trust him to be my closer. Obviously, I might prefer like Britton in a situation like that, but if it comes down to like Chapman or Brad Hand, I'm still going with Chapman. How many pitches does Chapman have? 2 fastball sliders, 2 easy. No. He has the splitter. He might have one more. But fastball, slider, splitter, yeah. How many? Oh, that's the same comment. I guess Sanchez gets hot and is doing well. Keep him or trade him. I keep him. I'd keep him. Yeah, even if he gets hot, yeah, I'm for sure keeping him because when Gary's hot, he's one of the best players in Major League Baseball. Matt Blake came here because we can't develop young pitching. The pitchers who came here, yes. Hopefully Matt Blake can help the Yankees actually develop pitching because they haven't been able to for the past 30 years. I don't know what the deal is with that, but the Yankees need to counterpunch to get Story, Kluber, Musgrove, and Hader. That's a lot. I'd love to see that happen too, but that's another thing. I just don't see it. I try to be realistic and optimistic at the same time. I'd love to see it, but I just don't see it. Do the Yankees still have a backup catcher on the roster? Are we talking about Kyle Higashioka? Because if we're talking about Kyle Higashioka, the answer is yes. 100%. Yeah, he's still on the roster. He might even start on opening day, to be honest, because he's Cole's personal guy. So, Yankees need a revival of Chad Green. If that happens, they should do soon. Yeah, I love Chad Green. He was awesome in the playoffs. Yeah, if you have Green, Chapman, Britton, it's a decent bullpen. I'd like to add one more guy to that too. Just saying. But yeah. I do think that's gonna wrap things up for us tonight. I do think. However, I am gonna be going live on Twitch soon. Twitch.tv/Unhinged New York. I'll pop that up on the screen really quick if anybody wants to go over there and follow. I will be live sometime tonight. Honestly, it could be as soon as like 20 minutes. But let me put this on the screen. Unhinged New York. All right, well, that's not the color I'm looking for. Solid. All right, cool. So this is our Twitch. Twitch.tv/Unhinged New York. I'll be going live on there tonight. So if anybody wants to come hang out while I play Warzone with my friends, it's a good time. We have a lot of laughs on there. So I'll see you guys then. Listen, sorry I can't get to the rest of the comments. Really appreciate you guys. I will be live again tomorrow night. I'm going to try to do this every day. Even if I can't get one of my co-hosts to join me, I'll just hop on here myself because it was fun as fuck tonight. So appreciate you all. Stay happy. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Hope to see some of you on Twitch later. And have a good night, everybody.